Alrighty, friend. Welcome to the beautiful week. Here's some tips. One of the best synergies you can get this week is go for food synergy, and also look for pill shenanigans, as well as get as much stats as possible, which is the way. And also get, I think, going for a weakness build that breaks other teams' melon is going to be huge. So the way you get there is early game the minions to really look for the best minions for every turn. I would say Ladybug and Rat are a really good early game, and Rat or Mouse keeps being good even late game, because what happens is the mid-tier game is really bad. There's no salad, there's no pears this week, so Mouse is a 2 gold apple, and it's going to go really, really well. It's the best food you can get until almost tier 5. So anytime you see a mouse in the shop, if you have a food team, you want to freeze that mouse and you want to try to rotate it, make room, and get that apple. Buy, sell the mouse, and eat the apple, and put it either on the Ladybug or the Tabby Cat or whatever you have at that stage. So tier 1, you're looking for Ladybug, you're looking for mouses, and you can also go for Pillbug if ever that's offered. Tier 2, you want to go for Tabby Cat. Bat is really good for the weakness effect. It goes really well. This week, a lot of people will go melon. We have turtle, we have pill, we have melons, we have reindeers, and a little bit. I mean, Gorilla's not that popular, but it might be there as well. So taking the melon off of someone, when you apply weakness, you actually remove the melon or the effect they had. And a lot of people will be melon this week, so applying weakness is really strong this week. Amazingly strong. Very powerful. Bats do that. If you get a lot of bats offered, you can try to level up a bat. Otherwise, lionfish is going to be a lot better late game. So tier 1, once again, we go for Ladybug, we go for mouse, and even later game, you freeze any mouse you see, and you try to get that apple. Tier 2, flamingos are decent. Bats are good if you can get a lot of them. Spiders can be really good with the pill too. Tabby Cat for food is the way to go. Tier 3, blobfish. First time I see this is really amazing. You can combine that with the pill. What happens is if during the shop phase you put the blobfish, then you pill it, you kill it just like the turtle, it'll apply a +1/+1 buff like an apple on the target behind it, as well as give it +1 XP, which is basically the same thing as a chocolate. So for 4 gold you can get +1/+1 and a chocolate. So it's a chocolate plus an apple for 4 golds if you can use it, and you can use it as early as, very early game. So blobfish is great to level up your team. You don't really use it for a fight, but you use it to use it for buffs, use it for chocolate and apple buffs on your characters you want. Now, this week, if it's going to be about food, Rabbit's going to be there. Level tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, doesn't matter. Rabbit is always good when you're going to be eating a lot of food. And since people aren't going to be buffing a lot, Capybara could be really good for the mid games, just to give you those extra stats on minions, just to help you win those mid game fights. Once you hit turn 4, you can do some shenanigans. If you have a level 3 minion, obviously you go for Bison as usual. Deer and Whale is always a great combo together. Now you have access to Turtle. You can pill the Turtle, or Turtle and Whale, do some stuff like that. Now Caterpillars is better this week because we have the Blobfish, which levels it up, and we have the Chocolate. So Caterpillar levels pretty fast, but you need something that scales really hard. If you need an early Bison, and then you can go for Caterpillar. Do not go for Caterpillar unless you already have an early Bison and it's scaling, and you have it because you had a level 3 pet. This week, Wasp is pretty good too, because we have a lot of ways to increase health. We have cucumbers, we have peaches, we have rabbits. We have a lot of ways to increase the health on the Wasp. We have melons, so that way Wasp can become big. For that same reason, Ox can be pretty good as well. Eel is great as well for the same reason. If you get access to an eel, you can buff its health, and then it becomes pretty big, pretty healthy, pretty fast. Other than that, once you hit level 5, that's when the game sort of starts. Seal is one of the best ways to scale this week. I'll show you in the playthrough that I'll go afterwards. So Seal scales really, really well with the food. Anytime you feed it, it buffs your teams. So that's one of the best ways. There's no moose, there's no penguins, there's no giraffes. So people won't be as big as usual. So one way to scale and to beat people up is to use a seal to become bigger. And you'll see that in the playthrough I'll show in a second. Everything else pretty much. Lionfish becomes really good especially if you don't have a scaled up bat. I would definitely recommend trying to add 1 lionfish to your comp this week if you can do that. And then once you hit the last level, this week is the first time I see Sauropod. Was amazing. In a week where you eat a lot of food, Sauropod, if you have like a seal and a rabbit, it does really, really great things, even as a level 1. Snake could be really good, especially if you hide it behind a reindeer. That's going to be really, really great too this week. And then you could do some dragon stuff for buffs if ever you need that, or Komodo, depending on your comps. I think I would recommend Sauropod over Cat, but Cat obviously in a week of food is not bad either. Remember, this week, Peaches as well as Mouse is your best early game food, adding Cupcake and garlic to that. And then when you make to the late game, you want chocolate, you want sushis, you want oranges, and you want soft ice if you're going to be doing that. Obviously, this is not the only play, but this is one of the best